Here we go. Our galactic readiness or our military strength is looking pretty solid. Let's check our journal, see what we have to do. So we have a lot of stuff. We may need to just go back to the... Well, yeah. All right, we're gonna kind of scour the universe here, find a couple things for the Citadel, and then we're gonna go back to the Citadel, and then we'll probably knock out a mission or two.
Servers seemed popular for a while. They were fighting the
I came here with Claire. Happy to keep chilling, but I have work soon. Appreciate what you do, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Oakroom.
Engineer Adams would like to speak with you down in engineering.
Engineer Adams would like to speak with me. Okie dokie. Yeah, no, I love what Claire does. I love what Zine does. Mojo, I haven't had a chance to watch you yet, but appreciate you bringing folks over here as well.
Ever think about when...
Commander, good news on the installation of that thermal pipe you got us.
It went right brilliant. Much better than we expected.
I told you it would.
Oh, that's it?
While interfacing through our ezo capacitors, our Miss Daniels here had an epiphany.
I wouldn't go that far.
She and Donnelly deduced some theoretical improvements to our capacitor design. Edie and I ran with it and documented our conclusions. Our core is too compact to apply our theories, but it could help the Crucible engineers. Give the word and I'll send the plans their way.
Do it.
Aye, aye.
Well done, everyone.
Nice. Nice! Optimized ezo capacitors? Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's do this. We already talked to most people, so I don't think we have much to...
Commander, Caden was looking for you. I believe he's in the crew quarters.
Oh, shit. What the hell? We just talked to him. We talked to him at the end of last stream. What do you want now, man? Oh, he's not in here anymore. Wait, where did he go? Through... Do you have a favorite squad mate? Legion.
Damn, you're beautiful.
Reach, what are you doing? Reach, thank you for gifting 15 subs. You wonderful human. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much, friend. Those of you that just got a gifted sub from Reach, for a big old thank you.
Hey, what's going on? You got a minute?
Sure, Caden. What's up?
You know, I've just been sitting here thinking.
Uh-oh. Okay, hit me with it.
So those Cerberus scientists, they were good people.
What do you mean?
I mean, Dr. Cole and her team, they seemed like good people. Knowing that, what do we do? I mean, what if there are more like them trapped inside Cerberus struggling to get out?
Well, that's a bit of a 180 on Cerberus. I'm not going to be shitty with him about this, but that's really... You want to talk about some growth here, or at least now him having some level of diversified representation of Cerberus where he's like, wait a second, this is a possibility? People can defect from Cerberus? What if these people are just trapped? That's a hell of a shift for Caden, who has been so anti-Cerberus, understandably so, through basically the entire trilogy. And now here he is kind of like, maybe we should think about this. I really like that. I mean, and I did take him along in part for that reason, right? Like I wanted him to have that experience to see this so that he doesn't keep going against the single story that he's had. So I love that he asked this question. Like, that's huge. It shows that, I mean, he's really thinking about this now.
Tell me what you think we should do.
I don't know, Shepard. These are the hard calls. I mean, the decision to sacrifice the one for the many, the choice to leave someone behind till you're in that moment. So, yeah, you know, I don't know.
Okay. Remember that conversation we were having last night about leadership and how some people are meant to make good decisions and some people just don't have it in them, Caden? You know, hey, it's all good, man. I just wanted to get your ideas. It's okay that you don't have them. I'll make the decision. Hey, if they ask for help, we'll go for it. I can't anticipate that. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time trying to find it. I love that you brought this up, but dude, we got Reapers to stop, my dude.
Anyone that comes forward, like these people, we help, no matter what. That's the best we can do.
I know.
Sometimes the best we can do won't feel like enough, but it's all we've got.
So the scientists that put you back together, that saved your life, they were good people.
They were professionals. I didn't know them all.
And the elusive man?
Was he a good person?
Once? Ever?
Well, he gave me what I needed to stop the collectors.
Lady.
Right, exactly. But so you never saw this coming from them? From him? Sorry. I'm not sure what I want you to say here. I guess I'm just looking for some sort of insight on the elusive man. Something.
Beautiful insight, Caden. He knows he's looking for some kind of reassurance, but he doesn't know what it is. And the level of self-insight to be able to say to me, I don't know what I want you to say, is hugely helpful. Because it shows that these are more of his musings. Otherwise, it does start to feel like leading questions. I'm sure everybody here could feel that, right? Like he's obviously saying something amidst these questions. And there's maybe some uncertainty, there's some anxiety. I mean, he's still going through a process of changing his expectations. He is accommodating Cerberus. And if you want a beautiful example of accommodation, this would be it. This is when a person chooses to change their expectations instead of fit their experiences into pre-existing expectations. So here he is doing that. It's a painful process. It's not easy. The older you get, the harder it is. So as he's going through this process, he's probably wanting a little bit of what's called affirmation as a way to mitigate his aversive arousal, and he is looking for that from me. Now, I know that because I'm a therapist. Shepard probably doesn't quite realize that. Caden doesn't realize that, but he's wanting affirmation of his new expectations and his trying to shift his experiences into that by hearing what I have to say so that he can synthesize it maybe a little bit more effectively because he trusts me. It's a vulnerable thing to do. So that's really what he's looking for. He's looking for me to give him answers that I don't know are going to be particularly helpful, so we're going to let him fight it out.
Back then, he wanted the best for humanity, and he had resources to spare. But then it became humanity first, and at any cost. And that's a very different thing. But this? No. I never saw this coming from him.
Okay. Well, thanks, Shepard. I'm glad we could talk about this.
Meanwhile, you should find a way to take your mind off things.
I know. Joker did ask me to give him some poker tips. He keeps losing his shirt to James.
Good luck with that. Joker has a terrible poker face.
Great. Well, I like a challenge. See you around.
You bet.
I actually really appreciate these conversations with Caden. He's still very obviously trying to feel me out. He's got a lot of reservations about me and about Cerberus and about, I mean, really everything. Plus, we just found out that he may have lost his dad. We don't know where his dad is. He's got a lot of questions. The fact that he trusts me with them, given that he's a relatively guarded guy, I'm not going to squash that. I'm not going to punish that. I'm going to invite that. It's going to rebuild our trust and camaraderie with each other, which has been really deeply important to him. What makes Legion your favorite? I just find the Geth fascinating.
Are you sure you want to play this game?
What's the matter, Vicarian? You chicken?
I don't even know what that is, though I've heard everything in the galaxy tastes like it. But if you're suggesting I'm scared, game on, Vega.
Age before wisdom.
Okay. Back in my C-Sec days, I busted a Batarian spy ring that was trying to assassinate a counselor.
Please, I fought off a dozen angry Batarians on Omega single-handedly. Used one of them as a landing pad off a 3-story jump.
Just warming up, seeing what you had. Now, I tracked down this guy, Saren. Stopped him from raising a Geth army and unleashing the Reapers 3 years ago.
Doesn't count. You did that with Shepard.
You're right. I was with Shepard from the very beginning.
That just means you're old.
Oh, man, I love it. I love it!
I'm glad Jacob saw through the elusive man. At least not everyone in Cerberus has lost their mind. This fight can use him.
What made you choose Caden over Ashley? You'd have to watch the VOD of Vermeer, Pancake, to have the full story on that. In the moment, it was absolutely the right call. We needed the bomb to blow. First of all, I didn't have too much of a personal connection to Ashley anyway, but it was the right decision at the time. I like James. I mean, here's the thing is like if you really listen to all of them and the experience they have, the way that all the Mass Effect characters show up makes sense.
Commander, there's a new message at your private terminal.
I will say though, Ashley gets a little too hard of a rap. People shit on her constantly and don't really give her a chance. And if anybody's interested, YouTube has all of my VODs to this point, including Mass Effect 1. And we had a really cool conversation about her when we were talking to her in the docking bay during Mass Effect 1 that you may be interested to watch. Found something from Miranda Lawson. Shepard. I discovered a few things about my sister. It's bad, but there's something else going on. I'm back on the Citadel. I'll find a place to meet and send you a nav point when you get here. Miranda. Oh boy. From Caden. Dinner. Hey, Shepard. I don't know about you, but I could sure use a little breather. Next time we're on the Citadel, let me buy you dinner. You should try Apollo's. It's that little restaurant in the courtyard overlooking the Presidium. You got it, buddy. From Garrus. Shepard. I thought next time we're at the Citadel, maybe we could take a break. Can't fight a war with a little R&R once in a while. I'll be hanging around C-Sec near the shuttles if you're interested. Garrus. Jeez, alright. Getting away from work. From Liara. Shepard, I need an excuse to tear myself away from all these monitors. Come see me next time we dock on the Citadel. Jesus Christ. Visiting the Citadel. Javik. Commander, I find this messaging system to be outdated and clumsy. I assume Specialist Trainer was joking when she said I had to type letters from words. I want to visit the Citadel the next time we travel there. In my lifetime, it has been captured by the Reapers. If you would like to join me, I will be in the area where the embassies are located. I believe this concept of galactic control shared among races is a lie. Cool. I guess we're gonna do Tour de Citadel with everybody. If you were approached by a member of your community and asked if you would like to sit on a panel with community members who have questions about relationships, mental health, do you think that would be reasonable to ask from a community member? I'm trying to decide if it would be appropriate to ask a local therapist to do just that, but I don't know if that's something that would be rude. No, just ask. The worst thing I could say is no. Depends on the therapist, depends on what time they have. You may have to compensate them for their time. But you could always ask. The worst thing that person could say is no. There's new legend in Apex, and he's voiced by the same person that voices Javik. Oh, that's cool.
The Turians will hold. Pound for pound, they're the best fighting force in the galaxy.
Pound for pound is irrelevant, given the significantly higher mass of Reaper forces overall.
That's why we're bringing in the Krogan.
See if Edie's got anything new here.
What's on your mind, Edie?
The destruction of the Reaper on Tuchanka. It is rare for a technologically superior force to be destroyed by an inferior one.
Yeah, so now all we need is a gun that fires Thresher Maws.
That was a joke.
I'm sorry, Shepard. I was contemplating. The Reapers are more fallible than they proclaim. Despite its best efforts, the one on Tuchanka was destroyed by a worm. This has caused me to reassess the probable period of time before I am non-functional.
You're worried about dying?
In a sense. My processing power is consumed with calculations to help us combat the Reapers, but I can run those scenarios with the rest of the crew. May I ask you another question that troubled Jeff?
Triangulate away.
Here we go again.
What is the purpose of synthetic life?
Oh, whew. Didn't we deal with this in Detroit? Oh! Oh, jeez. The conversations with Edie are fascinating because, like, she asks questions that I think all of us ask existentially, but it's framed as a synthetic person asking it. I mean, you could ask, what's the purpose of life? I don't know. None of us know. We have no idea. I don't know why we're here. I don't know why I'm alive. We've spent as much time as we've had language trying to, like, create ideas of why we're here. I don't know. Honestly, I would rather my answer here be I don't know instead of giving her an answer. I feel like I'm shooting from the hip here on this one. The job it was designed for is way too slippery of a slope. That's what the Quarians would have said to the Geth. That's what the, oh man, that's what the Leviathan would have said to the Reapers. I'm not into that answer. I don't like that. You don't exist to be my servant. At this point, like, whatever you want it to be. Like, the purpose of my life is different from the purpose of your life. It's different from the purpose of Joker's life. If you're interested in these existential questions, Edie, you're going to also have to sit with the gray areas. Edie, by virtue of being an intelligence, I mean, is literally programmed in binary. Whether that means that she experiences binary, like, thought processes as it relates to these things, it might be hard for her to see gray areas because she's going to see, like, I don't know, conflicting code or something like that in the same way that we get cognitive dissonance. She may not quite know how cognitive dissonance works or what that experience is, and I certainly don't understand what the synthetic version of cognitive dissonance would be, but that's probably we're going to have to get her to confront that. There's not always an answer, Edie. You have all the processing power in the world, but you can't necessarily answer these questions that we've been trying to answer for 2187 plus thousands of years.
It's not that different from organic life. A free-willed synthetic chooses what it wants.
But the purpose of organic life is to preserve itself long enough to replicate copies of its genes in succeeding generations. My purpose is not so clear. The other successful synthetic life forms that I have examined for comparison are the Geth and the Reapers.
I mean, she's not entirely wrong. That's just one of the ways that we conceptualize existence. You know, that just live long enough to reproduce. But see, this is where the fact that we have prefrontal cortexes becomes a complication. Okay? You don't see other animals that don't have prefrontal cortexes asking these types of questions. That literally is what they do, right? They live long enough, they survive, they reproduce, they die, they move on. We, as the result of having the ability to engage in abstract thought and connect all these, you know, interesting hypotheticals and abstract concepts that we've created that we don't even know that are necessarily true, which gets into a whole conversation of objective truth and all that shit. Like, we have developed a sense that purpose is something that we can actually create for ourselves or something that we even inherently have. Like, purpose is a constructed concept. So Edie is asking about purpose, asking an organic for a constructed concept that she very well may not understand from a synthetic point of view. I have no way of knowing that. Again, we're talking gray areas here. So send her off on an absurdism road. No. It's one of those things where, like, we're really getting into concepts. Purpose is something that we've all purpose is something that we've constructed, that we should have it, that we should find it, that it should be a certain thing, that it's different for different people. Like, what drives us? I mean, essentially, we're just riding the vehicle of time, and even like, oh man, this gets into such a wormhole, man. This is why philosophy existed. It's exactly right, Primo Steve. Like, philosophers used to spend their lives asking these questions without being able to figure out the answers. A lot of these questions don't have answers, and that's going to be very hard for Edie. It's right. I know. Yeah, 42. I know. What's the difference between a counselor and a therapist? Not much. They're synonymous. I don't like either of these answers. Okay, so, like, there's more to organics. I don't like that because that's basically saying organics are more important or more complex or more interesting or whatever than synthetics. I don't like going down that road. Don't think like a Reaper. I mean, in some ways that she kind of is thinking about it that way, like the dichotomy of synthetic and organic life. And that is kind of what gives the Reapers their drive, but we still don't understand the Reapers enough to be able to quite figure out why they're doing what they're doing. I don't like this one. This is a little too yucky, so we're going to say don't think like a Reaper, even though it may be a little bit aggressive.
The Reapers have nothing to emulate.
Seconded. Why would you want to be like those assholes?
The Reaper lifespan is between 50,000 to 37 million years. That is a very successful model.
And all they do is harvest and destroy. Ask yourself if that's what you really want.
That is an unusual perspective, Shepard. I will devote processing power to considering it. Thank you.
All right, so then that asks the question basically like, is the quantity of the time you're alive matter if what you're doing isn't good? Right? Like, but a Reaper might say, the purpose of destroying organic life is good for me. I'm fine with that. I like that I get to live 37 million years to do that. Who am I to dictate? I mean, this gets, oh man, talking to Edie sends you down some real fascinating spirals, man. Good night, Pancake. Is your lifespan more important than the actions taken during your life? Different people will answer that question differently. Some people would say, give me quantity. Some people would say, give me quality. I'm just one guy. I don't have all the right answers. Just because I'm a streamer doesn't mean I'm right. I just find these conversations to be fascinating. Literally, and here's the fun thing, is quite literally nobody in chat right now, or nobody who could possibly be in chat is going to be any more right or wrong than anybody else. Like, we don't know the answer to these questions. Many humans have spent their lives trying to figure them out, and many more will. We're a long way off from understanding everything. That is where existential dread tends to come from for people. That's getting really deep into cognitive dissonance. Right? Oh no, you're good, Otherbard. I like what you said. Right? So this is, a lot of people don't like the dissonance and the gray area and the loose ends that these conversations bring up. I'm sure there are probably some people watching right now that are anxious even in having this conversation, because our brain wants to sort of box things into sizable shapes that it can understand and anticipate. When we start overly expanding it like this, we start getting into orders of magnitude that are just too big for our brain to comprehend, and that creates significant anxiety. That's existential dread, baby.
How's Jacob?
He'll be okay.
Glad to hear it. Nice to see those Cerberus scientists come.
Anyway, that was fun. Journal. All right, let's go gallivant around a little bit, find some artifacts, and maybe we'll just go to the Citadel.
Garrus mentioned something about you two having some fun next time you're on the Citadel. Don't get into trouble.
I'll try not to.
The Cerberus scientists are safe with the Alliance. The brass thinks they'll be a big help.
I wonder if Edie would be interested in optimistic nihilism. Who knows? She seems to just be interested in understanding existence in and of itself. Like, Edie's become increasingly autonomous. And as an AI, we could basically say, like, I mean, AIs are different than VIs. AIs are theoretically self-reflective and are basically the same as organic life, just in a synthetic capsule. You know, they're in a silicon capsule instead of a carbon capsule. Have you played Assassin's Creed Odyssey? No. I have not. I'm not a huge Assassin's Creed guy, but it would be interesting to talk to Socrates. I think Socrates is cool, although I will say Socrates is a little bit annoying because he comes off as more intelligent than he is because he can just ask good questions. There are actually some people that will try to win arguments by just asking challenging questions to what people say, and inevitably you're going to pigeonhole somebody if you do that. It doesn't make you smarter because you can ask good questions. I think people give Socrates a little bit too much credit for his intelligence because he could ask questions. All he did was poke at people, but he never really added things. It's a little bit of an overly simplistic view of Socrates, but like, I remember learning about him in philosophy classes and being like, dude, you just ask probing questions. All right. Let's go. Let's do the Cerberus fighter base. Novaria. We've been in Novaria in a long time. Mass Effect 1 was the last time we were on Novaria. I mean, ultimately, yeah, the game is just a vehicle for us to have these conversations. They're not actual, people. We can't really know whether these are the actual things that these people are thinking about. What I love about these games is that it gives us this opportunity to talk about this stuff, which I think is really cool. So I appreciate all of you hanging out for these conversations. I think maybe we dumped the pistol. I didn't really use it last time. Increases effectiveness against armor and barriers. Increases damage by 30. Yeah, no, let's do that. Liara is good.
Commander, the enemy has a strategic advantage in this sector thanks to the fighter squadron facility you're about to attack. We want to seize it, but their air defenses are too strong for a frontal assault. Losses would be too cost prohibitive.
How do you want me to handle this?
Go in the back, bring down their defenses so we can send in the troops. Good luck, Commander.
I have visual contact. There's a small platform above the main landing pad. I can drop you there, but it's gotta be now.
Let's do it.
I have not, Edigi.
Commander, you'll have to find the command center to take down their defenses.
Keep an eye out for the command center.
Man, we've been going to a lot of snowy places lately, friends.
Coming.
Oh, God. Another multiplayer map here, I believe. Whoa! If you want skin in the game, you can vote on how many times, over, under 1.5 deaths. Work. Oh, shit. Wrong effect. Bet early, bet often. That's right. Oh, shit. Dude, there's so many. Relentless. God, there's so many multiplayer memories on this map. Let's get inside. Get some close quarter combat going here. Pistol magazine upgrade. Weekly processing report. Sergeant Parker. All on-base personnel have been processed. Integration protocols updated successfully. Yeah, the 1.5 is so that, like, because if I did 2, then there's a push. We can't have a push because then it just makes it so, like, you got to pick. Basically, will I die 2 or more times or 1 or less? It just makes it easier. Yeah, sports betting uses that all the time. Like, they'll set, like, over-under spreads at, like, 73.5 points because then you have to decide whether you're over or under. Thanks again for being here, friends. So many of you have stuck through and hung out and stayed through the raid and stuff. I just want you to know I really appreciate you for doing that. If you are currently watching the YouTube VOD, thank you so much for watching my YouTube VODs. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. All right, we're doing okay. I want to get some thermal clips, though. I'm going to bed. Good night, Super Chip. Security console deactivated.
Damn it. This'll take a while.
Commander, you've got enemies inbound and we can't wait. Someone's got to get those defenses down ASAP.
Caden, my man! Me and Liara will hold it down.
Get in there.
You got it, Shepard.
Another one of these.
Be ready, Commander. You're gonna get swarmed. Commander, I've been flushed from cover. Retreating to minimum safe distance.
No problem, Cortez. Get out of there.
We'll wait for your all clear, then relay to the strike force.
Warning, warning. Security breach. Initiating lockdown failsafe.
Outside communications been cut off, Shepard.
Just bring down their defenses. We'll worry about that later.
Okie dokie. Oh, this is bad. And of course, Liara is dead, which is, you know, not useful here.
Understood. I'm on it.
Stay behind cover, Liara. Caden's just chilling. I like how they don't try to kill Caden, even though he's the guy that's doing the work. He's like taking down these defenses, and they're just like, nah, this guy's fine. I really hope they don't spawn behind me. What's the basis of this mission? I forget. I can read it. There's like Cerberus has these like they've like basically set up shop here. Oh god. Let's see, Novaria. Admiral Hackett has requested assistance with a Cerberus fighter base on Novaria. Land on Novaria to disable the base's defenses. So basically, like, Cerberus set up shop here. Alliance doesn't like it, understandably so.
Shepard, need you to sync the shutdown from the command console.
As you wish. I will.
Defense system deactivated. General Order 7/7 triggered. Establish contingency defenses.
Good shit.
Defenses being established in the landing pitch.
And that's where we need to go.
Let's go. Let's get out of here. What's up, Dwayne? We're gonna go up this way because it is my preference. Oh my god. Holy crap. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Thank you for the follow. Are relationship contracts ever something you recommend to couples? Was just reading about them the other day, and they seem like a good framework for getting folks talking, at least. Yes, as long as they are used for that purpose, Skog, to facilitate conversations. I don't like them as, like, hard and fast rules necessarily for the relationship. But one of the things that we actually use if a therapist uses cognitive behavioral therapy or behavioral contracts, relationship contracts are somewhat similar. But it's just like, when X happens, I will do this. It helps people it helps spark a conversation basically about, like, here's what's meaningful to me. Here's what's helpful to me. Here's what I expect. And we can kind of work on people's expectations and stuff from that point. So I don't use them very often, but I do definitely recognize their utility. Hey, Fuzz.
Cortez, I read you. Come in.
There you are, Commander. Had to get through the interference. Area clear, signaling to strike force. Wait, scans picking up...
Let me guess.
Wait.
Proximity alert. Deploying armed response.
Shepard, look out!
Give it everything you've got.
Oh. Hi there. You're fun.
Secure the target.
On it.
Oh, shit. All right, we got it down to armor. We're good. He missed his reeve. Ah, Caden. Killing me, brother. There we go.
That was close.
Anyone wounded?
Only minor injuries.
Copy that, Lieutenant.
Coming in to pick you up.
Hey, there we go, Pinks.
This was a major victory, Commander. A crippling blow to Cerberus operations in this sector. Now all we have to do is maintain control of the facility.
Cerberus won't make that easy.
And we won't make it easy on them. Thanks to you, we can use their own defenses against them. Tell your team they did good, Commander. You should be proud.
Thank you, sir.
That's all. Hack it out.
Easy peasy, baby. Just get a cool 10,000 credits. Let's see what we got. Optimized ESO capacitors. A team of engineers working on the Normandy SR-2 developed the theory behind this piece of equipment. Dreadnought-class drive capacitors use specialized ESO-based compounds to channel and store thermal energy with greater efficiency than previous designs. These capacitors were quickly incorporated into the design of the device found on the Prothean archives on Mars. Cool. Advanced Fighter Squadron. A squadron of advanced fighter ships was liberated from Cerberus forces in Novaria. Fast, agile, and remarkably fuel-efficient, these one-person spacecrafts pack surprisingly heavy firepower for their size. After the Alliance installed their own VI programs and swept for hidden bugs or transmission signals, they repainted the fighters and pressed them into service. Nice. I went with the odds, not my heart. I'll do it again, too. And everyone in the galaxy that isn't a Reaper just stop attacking Shepard. I mean, Cerberus is obviously compromised.
I just figured you'd be more sympathetic to someone joining Cerberus. You've never been big on aliens.
Yeah, I enlisted to kick ass, just like everyone else. But I need a better reason than it has scales to go kill somebody. And if Cerberus is taking our dishonorable discharges and Cat 6 washouts, It's just one more reason they're not worth a damn.
Okay.
Liara mentioned something about possibly meeting you on the Citadel next time you're there. Commander?
Oh, I know, Trainer. Crucible update from Bryn Cole. Dear Commander Shepard, thank you again for all you did to get our group out of that facility on Garrus. Admiral Hackett is an amazing man, and it's a privilege to work under him. The construction of the Crucible is presenting its challenges, but my team and I are determined to crack its mysteries. Although I never really rely on luck, in this instance, I fear we may need a little. Stay safe, Commander. I hope our paths cross again. Cool. Hey, from Jacob Taylor. Hey, Shepard. This Crucible project is intense. Bryn and the others are on it around the clock. Pretty soon I'll have to make a run to the Citadel to pick up some equipment at the hospital. If you've got time, want to meet me there? Things are so crazy on Garrus, it'd be good to see you in a quieter place, you know. Hope to see you around, Jacob. Good night, Jolablin. So if Cerberus is compromised with the indoctrinated, do you think Udina was indoctrinated or just misguided? Hard to know, man. I still don't quite know what Udina was trying to do. We just know that he was trying to stage a coup. We didn't really get a chance to hear him out on what specifically he was trying to do. So he either got convinced of something or investigate the Asari colony. We should ask Fidan. It's a great point.
I found something.
What did you find, Edie? Some fuel that I don't need? 650 units of fuel that I just don't need. This will be fun. Largely frozen. Start scanner. Give me stuff. Gimme. I mean, I will say that Udina is... he does care about humanity, or he did. I guess we should probably use past tense, given the fact that the man is now deceased. He cares about humanity, so I could see Cerberus kind of like alluring him.
Reapers
and basically him being like, all right, fine, elusive man. You've convinced me. I'm desperate to make sure that humanity's okay. I mean, the thing is, like, ultimately, I do think Cerberus has some level of relatable ideology in the form of, like, we want to protect humanity. It just went to the extreme.
Faster than light jump successful.
What happens if the ships catch you? You die. You have to reload.
I found something.
It's honestly, it's an annoying mechanic. Like, it makes it more of a pain in the ass to get things done. Library of Asha. Cool. We needed that. Not clear on how indoctrination is supposed to work. So basically, it's like the best way that I could describe it is like, imagine if you are sitting at a computer, but you have to take the perspective of the computer. Okay, so a computer is used to being accessed by a user. Okay, so that user is you. You and the computer are a synthesis of you. Indoctrination is as if somebody else sat down at the computer and started using the computer, but the computer doesn't necessarily know that somebody else is sitting at the computer. It just starts acting differently. So like, you start opening certain programs you wouldn't normally open. You start executing certain processes and stuff. because there's another user at the computer, but you don't know, the computer doesn't know that another user is at the computer. It's just at the mercy of whoever's using it. You don't know you're indoctrinated. Indoctrination just kind of happens. So people describe it as like hearing like a weird background noise or something in their mind or whatever, but you can break through it to some extent. There is some level of sentience that can happen, like where you can maybe identify it, but for the most part, people with like very low mental fortitude aren't going to recognize that it's happening. People that maybe have a little bit more mental fortitude might realize something's going on, but even still can't fight it. Like Saren couldn't fight it, except for when we got him to shoot himself. He could break through it to an extent, but basically it allows the Reapers to continue to exist. Usually you see it in the form of people starting to justify the Reapers' existence. They'll go from like, we need to destroy the Reapers, to like, wait, maybe the Reapers are misunderstood. I would say that's probably pretty accurate, Snoopy.
Dig up any information on the mission, Liara?
I did, and I now understand why High Command wanted to hide it. We're headed to an Ardat-Yakshi monastery.
Ardat-Yakshi? Like Morinth?
Morinth chose to be a killer. These Ardat-Yakshi isolated themselves to avoid that. But it doesn't mean they're harmless. Their urge to feed can be powerful. That's why High Command sent in commandos to investigate the monastery's distress signal.
Magnified biotics, eh? Great. What's our strategy?
If there was a chance the Ardat-Yakshi could break loose, the commandos were to purge the monastery.
Purge? You mean destroy?
They would have brought heavy explosives with them, yes.
Morinth was dangerous, but are the Ardat-Yakshi this big of a threat?
Morinth was just hitting her stride. Ardat-Yakshi who kill leave behind astronomical body counts. It's why they can never be free, and why they're such a great source of shame to the Asari. That's why High Command won't rest until this place is destroyed. They'd never risk a single Ardat-Yakshi getting loose.
Damn.
Don't assume anything. Maybe the Ardat-Yakshi sent out the distress call. If the Asari want us to destroy this place, I need to know what happened.
Agreed. Once we give a report to High Command, they'll stop wasting lives here.
Hey, more snow. Yay! Gone to a lot of snowy planets. Gorgeous. You'd think in like 2187 we'd have more diversity of cars.
There's heat coming off that shuttle. Someone just used it.
They all look the same. All right, let's do it again.
Elevator disabled. To prevent entry or escape, I wonder.
Snoopy, if you're curious, or if anybody here's curious, you can actually catch our VODs of the entire Mass Effect run, where you kind of learn about the indoctrination and stuff as it's happening in Mass Effect 1 and 2.
Listen.
So. Oh, God.
There's a lot more than one.
I hear lots of screaming. A reminder. Students are not allowed to visit each other's quarters or to meet in rooms unsupervised by staff. Students are also forbidden from extranet communication without approval by senior staff members. There are no exceptions to these rules. First offenders will have their free time revoked for a month. Further violations will be met with confinement. Our monastery is our shelter. For it to remain that way, we must make sacrifices. If we do this, I have faith we can continue to enjoy the order and peace this place has given us. Matriarch Galay. Oh, man. You don't choose to be born in Ardat-Yakshi. So, like, you get born in Ardat-Yakshi, and you get basically sequestered to this place, and you just have to deal with it. Pretty awful.
What was that?
Stay sharp.
Yeah, right? For life, and it's already live a long time. Yeah, man. Like, you're talking like 300 to 500 years, I think, is the lifespan, or is it maybe 700? I forget exactly how many it is.
Delay. You won't believe what Yan has managed to smuggle in. A copy of Vanya. Meet us after supper in the library. Bring some study work. Reel is floor warden tonight, so act natural. We'll be by the East Video Banks. This is gonna be so great. See you there. Oh, and delete this once you listen to
1,000? Okay. I always get it mixed up because Krogan live a long time too. To our staff and students, attached is our new daily schedule. Please note that wake-up time has been moved forward 15 minutes. Floor wardens can download chore lists later this week. Please see Matriarch Galay or myself if you have any questions or concerns. Sincerely, Superintendent Jethra. Wake up, 5:30 to 5:45 a.m. Breakfast, 5:45 to 6:15 a.m. Morning meditation, 6:15 to 8 a.m. Study period, 8 to 10 a.m. Chores, 10 to 12. Midday meal, 12 to 12:45. Classes, 12:45 to 5. Ugh. Study period, 5 to 6. Supper, 6 to 7. Evening meditation, 7 to 8. Free period, 8 to 10. Curfew, 10. Oh my God. That was my day. Every day I'd go nuts. This is spooky.
This was the Commando's captain. It seems they gave their lives fighting the Reapers.
This monastery's out of the way. What do the Reapers want with Ardat-Yakshi? Anything useful?
A floor plan marked with the nav point location of a bomb. It's inside the Great Hall.
So the Commandos started the purge after all.
Ardat-Yakshi or not, evacuating this place would have saved a lot of lives. If there's no survivors, let's get to the Great Hall and set off that bomb.
Go back this way. Make sure I got everything.
I heard something.
I, tripped. Sorry.
Caden? Come on, man. I mean, at least he said it was him. Instead of being like, I don't know what it was. Like, whoa. Spooky vibes. I hear screams, but I see nothing. The suspense is killing me.
Very good. I almost didn't hear you.
Samara.
It has been some time, Shepard. You are a most welcome sight. The corruption here runs deep.
I assume you're here on your own, Justicar. Perhaps for something special?
You are correct. 2 of my daughters live here. and I have come for them. Unfortunately, the Reapers had already infested this place by the time I arrived.
All of Samara's children are Ardat-Yakshi. She had 3 of them. One of them was killed in Mass Effect 2. We killed Morinth. She's got 2 left.
You met me hunting down your other Ardat-Yakshi daughter. Are these ones just as dangerous?
Faller and Rila have followed the monastery's rules ever since they arrived. They've shown no inclination toward violence.
And you're here to save them?
They are my responsibility. And it's one that cannot be abandoned, even as our galaxy crumbles.
Yeah, I'm nuking the place, so you might want to go, Samara.
Let's go together. Maybe your daughters can tell us why the Reapers hit this place.
I suspect they will have much to tell us. It has been centuries since I last saw them. We're out of time. We'll meet again. I will draw these creatures off.
Wait! Let's go.
Ugh. Ay.
My name is Tashia Pori. I'm wounded. Bad. Give this to my bondmate, Weshra. Asked her to go to the Citadel and tell Weshra I love her. Tell her. Sorry we fought. I was an idiot. Didn't mean any of it, Weshra. Want you to have everything of mine, okay? Love you. I love you so.
Damn. I don't understand why they're blowing the place up, because it's full of Ardat-Yakshi. So the idea is that you can't let the Ardat-Yakshi get out, so there are bombs that are here. But maybe the Reapers are trying to release the Ardat-Yakshi so that they help wipe out more organic life. Hard to know.
This place is enormous. And there must have been thousands of people living here.
I haven't seen any survivors.
Me neither. And I bet most of them were civilians.
Wow, I'm surprised that we both had the same experience, given that we've literally been walking next to each other the entire time we're here. That would have been weird if you saw survivors and I didn't. I'd be a little concerned. Anyway.
Okay.
Understood.
This looks like a big giant place where fighting could happen.
What is that?
God, I hate these things so much, man. They are such a bitch. Thank God I have anti-armor rounds now. Oh God. Oh good, cannibals, because you can always count on some good old Batarians to show up. There we go. God, I love Singularity so much. Batarians with human husks grafted their arms. Yes. It's fun. There we go.
That used to be a person. An Asari. What have the Reapers done?
They've turned it into an Asari husk. It's not cool that they've done that, but that's what they've done, Liara. So basically every species, the Reapers have a ability to turn them into husks of themselves. So we've got the Batarians, we've got the Turians, the Asari. Pretty intense stuff, man. Very similar to like what they did with the Protheans, where like they're collectors. Right, Off-World? It's tense stuff, man. It's metal.
Mother, you came.
As soon as I was able. Shepard, this is Valere, my youngest.
Don't you?
She and her sister Rila are Ardat-Yakshi. They have
Mother, they have Rila.
What?
I saw some of those creatures take her into the Great Hall. I've been trying to get there.
What are the Reapers doing here?
Harvesting us. They're turning us into those monsters. Please, you can't let that happen to Rila.
We need to find Rila fast. The bomb we're looking for is in the Great Hall.
A bomb? What, didn't you come to rescue people?
We'll try, but we can't leave this place standing, Valere.
You sound like the Commandos. They didn't stop to help anyone.
Valere?
I'm sorry.
Valere! The Great Hall. She's looking for Rila.
We'll meet you there.
Please be swift.
Okay, Coil Twitchbot, thanks for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. And again, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you very much. Whether you're chatting, lurking, watching the VOD, watching me on YouTube, I appreciate you spending time here.
You'd need a crowbar to pry those doors open. This place was beautiful before the Reapers came.
Banshees are creepy.
Jethro, this is Galay. I've blocked extranet access. We don't need the students panicking about these Reaper rumors. Still, it will not hurt to tally our supplies. Please bring me an inventory before evening prayer. I'll contact Ceci later tonight to inquire what set the Asari to war. Go in peace.
Yeesh. Keep everybody in the dark with the Reapers. That's worked so well for everybody. I understand not wanting to cause mass panic, but... what's a Marauder doing here? It's alright, shooting cannibals is actually pretty satisfying. I'll take fighting cannibals over banshees any day. Disciple. Don't need it. It's a cool gun, but I don't want to use it. I like my Valkyrie. This looks like a great haul.
Got it. Be ready.
See what we got in here. Let's just get a little bit of money before we... Jethra! I had the new girl put in a holding chamber. The Justicar who brought her to us, Justicar for us, said she had trouble convincing the prisoner coming to the monastery was necessary. This may explain why the girl lashed out at her guards. She's lucky Fora wasn't here for that. The Justicar's code would have demanded an execution. I'll question some other Justicars on the level of coercion Fora is permitted to use by the code. This isn't the first time her captors arrived here terrified out of their wits, but it will certainly be the last. Matriarch Galay. Oh, Galay's a matriarch. Okay. Jethra, I looked over this year's candidates for supervised visits to Thessia. I'm approving everyone but Giannis. She's impulsive, cunning, and the worst of all, a romantic. Find me a worse combination to let outside our walls. I find it suspicious she was even nominated. Let's look into that and pray that pray it's not Giannis manipulating other infatuation. It takes a great deal of time and effort to persuade Thessia's government to let our best students visit their own homeworld. Unless Giannis matures, she won't be among them. Damn. Alrighty. Pretty sure that disciple is a shotgun. I think you're right. I don't want to use it. Good. Yes, good. Another one. That's my favorite. I wish I had that Reaper gun again. Ah. We're gonna run. Ooh, gotta go. This is why we do this mission later on in the game, because doing this one early on absolutely sucks. Or like as early as you can without having like a bunch of shit leveled up is a big yikes. Boy, these guys aren't very scary. Did you guys just give up when you saw me take down that Banshee that fast? I probably would have too. Don't get me wrong. Boom! Easy peasy. So far, so good, chat. Making our way through the monastery. And I haven't caught the screamies. Uh-oh. We got ourselves a dead sorry. Assault rifle precision scope. Not really into it. Don't need it. Let's take a gander at this deceased sorry.
It doesn't feel right seeing dead soldiers in a monastery.
Asari High Command couldn't take a chance with Ardat-Yakshi. Something had to be done.
Sending commandos with explosives is more damage control than a real plan, Lyra.
I'd have to say I agree. Good shit. Leveled up. You'll love to see it. Let's see what the... Got incendiary ammo on full blast. Increase health and armor damage bonuses by 10. Ignite enemies with intermittent explosion. Alright. We are hauling ass here. Oh, I love this visual. Reminds me kind of Halo 3 when you're jumping through all the rings.
There's the bomb.
And Falaire.
Rila, wake up!
Falaire, Rila cannot hear us.
Look, she's still alive.
I know, but I am afraid Rila is not well.
Rila's not one of them yet. She can't be. She just needs to wake up. Rila? Rila, can you hear me? Why did she do that?
Because they've begun to turn her into one of the Reaper's creatures.
I'm sorry. Can we set off that bomb?
Not without a detonator.
Commandos would have had one. We've got to find it. Later.
Oh, good! 2 of them! This is my favorite! With husks to boot, it's the best! Party time! Hold on to your butts, Pinks, because this is gonna get real tasty. Alright, we're focused on one at a time. Take her ass out first. Get up, you two. I need you. Oh God. Come on, take her out. Oh God, the other one's coming at me. Ooh. Come on, we get one down and we're Gucci. Okay. Number 2. Nice and easy. Shoot her right in the ass. We are about to get our ass kicked. Fine. Yeah, buddy.
That's the last one.
For now, let's get back to that bomb.
Good night, Skag. All right.
Falaire, go! Take the elevator! Rila, what are you doing? It's too late for me. There are hundreds coming. Just go!
Move!
No! Rila! love you. Rila! Not your slaves. Rila, there wasn't even time to say goodbye.
Few can break the Reaper's hold. Rila's will was extraordinary, as was her love for you.
We left her to die.
No, you made that choice.
Rila made her choice, and it has reminded me of what is truly important. Why I swore I'd lay down my life.
What is that?
Falair. The code demands an Ardat-Yakshi cannot live outside a monastery that no longer exists.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Shepard. By the Justicar's code, there is only one way to save Falair.
Mother, no!
My daughters, you were all so much stronger than I believed.
Mother! Why would she do this after Rila saved our lives?
You did nothing to cause this, Falair. Samara made her choice.
She shouldn't have had to. My mother died because of our code. Because I'm an Ardat-Yakshi. Please, leave me with her.
It's your choice. But the Asari may not send ships here for a while.
I don't intend to rely on ships coming for me. If the Reapers return, I promise they won't find me here alive.
We're done. Bring the shuttle over.
Everything settled down there, Commander?
Yeah. All clear.
Commander, I'm pleased to hear the Ardat-Yakshi situation has been put to rest.
Should I guess you're our contact inside Asari High Command, Counselor?
I'm merely here to convey the gratitude of the Asari people for concluding a difficult, sensitive mission. The next team of commandos we were sending to the monastery are now en route to Admiral Hackett instead. Farewell, Commander.
Yeah, so we probably need to talk about that, because some of you may, some of you may be surprised that I let her shoot herself. It's very intense, very intense. So Samara lives by a code that we have come to understand through talking to her. I mean, is literally entrenched in her. She signed up for the code. She became a Justicar. For her, the code is more important than anything. she had a choice there. She either had to kill her daughter or kill herself because of the code. It was her choice in that moment that the life she ended was hers. I respect her code from having talked to her as much as we talked to her in Mass Effect 2. And I don't think it's my place to override the code and stop her there from doing that. I actually think that shows an immense amount of disrespect for everything I've come to learn and understand about Samara and what she does. And I have no... Now, I know there are people that are going to watch this that know what happens if she lives. Like, if you stop her, that know what happened. That doesn't matter. That doesn't go into my thought process here. I have no way of knowing how she's going to respond if I do that. She very well could turn and kill me if I stop her from killing herself. Or her daughter. So, it's not my place there to determine what Samara does. She's of sound mind and body. She is fully consenting. And as I've told you all many times before, I believe personally that a human is allowed to end their own life if they are of sound mind and body and are able to consent to that decision. I don't think it's anybody's decision to stop them. That's different than what the law and my ethical code as a therapist says. And when I'm in a professional capacity, I have to operate based on law and ethics. But personally, I believe that a person should be allowed to end their own life. Samara made that decision for herself in that moment. It's very hard to watch. It's very hard to be there for that. It's traumatic. But it was either her daughter dies, she was either going to shoot her daughter or shoot herself. We killed Morinth in Mass Effect 2, and I think Samara, despite that going along with her code, probably is, you know. Unfortunately, we'll never be able to find out why Samara chose to kill herself there instead of Flair. Other than maybe knowing that Flair was going to still be at the temple. Probably trust that Shepard wasn't going to take her off of that temple. I don't know. We have no way of knowing. Obviously, Samara is now dead. But I don't think it shows respect for Samara as a person or of the code that she so strongly upholds herself to for me to stop her from killing herself there. And I actually think to some extent that Samara considers herself to be a mass murderer by association by giving birth to 3 Ardat-Yakshi. Well, so that's the thing, Medieval. So that's wouldn't it be considered ethical since she did be adhering to her code? So that's what's fascinating about this thing, right? Like, we have to take our human sensibilities out of this. She's an Asari with a different code. They have a different way of orienting themselves to existence. So me playing human on her Asari doctrine is ridiculous. That's the very thing that people in Mass Effect bitch about with humans. By people, I mean the other species, that humans overly interfere with other affairs and they just kind of insert themselves into things. That's not my call to make. That is Samara's call to make. Me taking my anxiety of like my friendship with her, my longing, I mean, it in some ways would be selfish for me in that moment, in my opinion, for me to stop her from killing herself. As weird as that may sound. That's me overly inserting myself into something that I have never come to fully understand, other than to know that that code is super important to her. So that is why I let her do it. It's tough stuff, though. Tough stuff. Mass Effect 3 is full of difficult decisions. How does that work? I think it would be super difficult in terms of your line of work. It's not hard. I have to go ethics and law. Law and ethics supersede my personal beliefs when it comes to that stuff. It's an easy choice to make. Like, if I am by law required to go, like, if duty to warn by law is in what I have to do, and my ethical code says I have to do everything I can to keep my clients safe if they're a threat to themselves or others, then I have to follow that. My personal beliefs don't supersede that. It's just comes with learning about ethics and adhering to your code and going through the ethics classes and stuff that you go through. So somebody's grieving, or they in a solid mental state. So that's a tough call to make, Fictionaire. In the case of Samara, I believe she is. Samara is centuries old. She is incredibly insightful, mindful, intentional. She has only ever shown herself to be of sound mind and body in the things that she does. So based on my history and understanding of Samara, I believe she does that in sound mind and body. I don't think that was an act of grief. I don't think that was an impulsive decision. I've never seen Samara make an impulsive decision in the entirety of the time I've known her. And in a lot of ways, her daughter even seems to understand the decision. So this is difficult stuff, guys. I mean, it's difficult stuff. I understand people making the decision to stop her there. Full disclosure, the first time I played this, I stopped her. I guess it's also different when you specified of sound, mind, and body, which mental illness isn't necessarily correct. Yeah, I'm not more important than Samara in that moment. So, and as a result, we now have Asari Commandos as part of the war effort. Asari Commandos train from an early age to control their minds and bodies, seeking the ultimate economy of thought and movement. They are taught that each shot and each decision will be made without hesitation. While exact training methods vary among teams, all commandos are consummate professionals. Their ambushes, quick strikes, and clever tactics have bested larger, well-armed units in thousands of recorded conflicts. Thank you for the follow, Innit. Just game-wise, you miss her out as a war asset if you don't stop her. Yeah, I know. But again, I'm not playing this using the benefit of hindsight. I'm playing this by making the decision that I would make in the moment with the information that I have. And in that moment, if this is real life, I'm not thinking to myself, how many points of war asset is Samara worth? I'm thinking about all the things that we've been talking about. But I do understand that maybe it may have been intense for people watching. So if you got to kind of like take care of yourself, that's. I knew that was coming. I thought about doing a disclaimer, but then I thought that might kind of take away from the moment itself. I don't know. From Corrine LeMays, Commander Shepard, as of an hour ago, Asari High Command has assigned my squad to support you. We will ride with the 2nd Fleet until it's time to deploy. If you'll allow me a personal note, I knew a few of the commandos who went down to that monastery. Nothing will bring them back, but hearing that place went up in smoke is only the good news I've heard in weeks. What's your Shepard's name and who are they romancing? Mick Shepard, Arya Talok. At least I'm trying.
The Crucible Project received some new tech from the Asari government.
I'm glad they've decided to help the war effort.
Everybody has to fight now, no matter how pretty you are. I learned that the hard way.
Actually, let's go see if Joker has anything to say about Samara. Yeah, Floaty, it's especially the case, I think, that you can see how much time BioWare gives you to click the button. Like, there are some quick actions that are, like, immediate. You get, like, a second to do them. And then there are other ones where they give you a long time to think about it, and you really have a moment there to think about it. Do I stop her? And I'll be honest, even though I didn't stop her, there was a moment there where I thought about it, where I was like, stop her. And I was like, no, it's not my call to make.
Damn, I could really use something to shoot right now. Sorry about Samara.
I never thought I'd see her flinch from her duty.
I don't know. On one hand, that code's all she's had to live by for, God, centuries. Then the galaxy goes to hell. The old rules don't cut anymore. I mean, we're cutting some corners, right?
A few.
Well, the Alliance can always court-martial us after we save the galaxy.
Yes, Shepard?
Carry on, Edie.
Understood. If you wish to talk more, this body will be here. I'm getting the crew used to seeing me on the bridge.
Noted.
I think we're used to it at this point, Edie. I like walking into the airlock from time to time. Alrighty, let's see. I think we just have to grab this last little bit of fuel and then we are good to go. Then this system is donezo. Yep. Okay. Good. Look at this. Look at this, chat. Look at all these 100%s. You love to see it. I'm going to go to the far rim, but I am not going to talk to the Quarians yet. Not off the top of my head, Floaty. I'd have to, like, think about it.
Evasion successful.
I love that this series actually has so much more to it than sex with all the species as the memes make it out to be. Yeah, I know. Me too. People get so excited about, like, the relationship aspect of it, which I mean, I understand. The game was, like, for its time, was pretty ahead of it in terms of, like, relationship building and the fact that you could have, like, same gender relationships. That was relatively new as far as, like, games were concerned at that point. I honestly thought they all were, but seeing that choice linger with Samara, no, there's definitely different amounts of times on there's definitely different amounts. Some of them are super quick. This one's driving me crazy. We are literally gonna. Remember when the news sensationalized Mass Effect 1 as a sex simulator with aliens? I do. I guess I have to remove Samara from my Christmas card. Jeez. Oh, I need to pay the bet out. I haven't died yet tonight. We did 2 missions and no deaths. Wow, 76% on the under. Jeez. I'm literally convinced that this just straight up doesn't exist, man. It's so irritating. And they come in so fast. Whatever. Whatever.
Reapers eluded.
One day, Puentes. One day. I think it probably is floaty, and I just can't. I'm just not remembering it. But it's just that 88% is driving me bananas. All right, let's go. I say let's go to the Citadel, and then that'll probably we got a lot of meetups to do on the Citadel. Gotta make sure I hit this one. We are not going to the apartment yet.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
Take me to the hospital.
I need to get to the hospital.
Navigation is becoming increasingly difficult due to the number of refugee ships in the docking area.
Oh, jeez. All right, Jacob's here. God. What's up, Jacob? We'll talk to him in a minute.
Thank you for shopping.
Knowles, this is Shepard. I found one of the code locations.
Okay, I'll shut it down. Just need to authorize your Spectre status. Looks like someone was trying to requisition medical supplies. Okay, that access code is officially disabled. Can you find any more?
We'll keep looking. Jeez, man. This would... Imagine being in the hospital and you have to have your bed out in the hallway. Ugh. Immense long-running anger on my part? Wait, what do you mean, Anonymous? Also, Anonymous, have I had a chance to tell you that, like, that Sate seasoning you sent me is incredible, and I put that shit on, like, everything, and I'm almost out because I love it so much? I'm so glad you sent me that. Like, I'm about to buy more of that because of how freaking good it is. I put it on the pork chops tonight at dinner. Oh. Oh.
We were deployed to Tiptree. It's a small human colony. We were supposed to help with evac. The enemy was landing. Just scouts, the Turian things, a few of the big ones. We were spread over half the continent, getting colonists to shuttles, wiping out husks.
It sounds like you were doing good work.
Could I have a gun? I'd feel a lot better.
Just tell me what happened at Tiptree.
Oh, man. So this lady's literally asking this person to, like, reprocess her trauma. Man, some of the sounds in the hospital are rough.
Hey, Shepard. I'm glad to see you. I know things are crazy right now.
Exactly. So you have to take the moments when you can. What's going on with the Crucible?
That project is crazy. Freaking huge. And all these brilliant minds are working night and day trying to figure it out. I wish you could see them. Heads down, piecing it together. It's something to see. We'll get this Crucible built, Shepard. And then, we'll win this thing. I feel it. Do you feel it?
Yeah, sure, I feel it. And I'm counting on you and everyone there. Get it done.
Believe it.
Has anybody here ever done this in the middle of a conversation? Like, we'll win. I've never done that in the middle of a conversation before. It's so weird to me. I see it in video games a lot. I've never done this. But I will.
It was interesting to meet Bryn. How is she?
She's great, actually. It's good to see her work without the distraction of having to worry about the colony.
And you and her?
We're having a baby, Shepard.
At a time like this?
Congratulations.
Wasn't exactly planned, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be a better father than mine was. Do the whole thing right. It's,
One more thing to fight for.
You got that right. Bryn wants to name it after you.
Really?
Yeah. Shepard.
That's nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk her out of it. No offense.
None taken.
Good.
Oh man, this is maybe because I'm in real life child-free by choice. I have a hard enough time feeling like it's ethical to bring a child into the world that we currently have. Having a baby, right? Dude, holy shit. Like, you're about to bring a baby in while we're, like, having to, like, pick up the pieces from the Reapers? Like, I don't understand why we'd be thinking about having a baby right now. I mean, I'm not gonna say this to him. This would all be in the back of my mind. It's like, is that a good idea right now? Man, I don't know. I don't know. Good for you, man. If you're happy that you're having a kid, great. Something else to fight for, cool. If that's gonna give you some extra drive, that's neat. Oof. Like, what happens if we're all, like, imprisoned by the Reapers, and then now you've just brought this baby into being in prison? Okay, whatever. I'm done. This is cool, man.
So what's going on with you? You still like what you're doing?
Things are good. I'm good.
Still not tempted to come back to the Normandy?
Always tempted, Shepard. But no.
So, you working on the Crucible?
Don't get me wrong. I'm smart, but not that smart. Hackett keeps me busy, though.
How's he doing?
Holding up. If they make old guys any tougher than that, I'd like to see it.
I'm glad we had time to talk.
Me too. Gotta take the moments when you can. So true. And Shepard, thanks again for getting my people out alive.
Take care, Jacob.
You too, Shepard. I'm thinking about you out there. Stay safe.
Thanks, buddy. Yes, ma'am? Can I do something for you? Or am I on your way? I'm on your way. Okay. All right.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. One moment, please.
Yeah, she did. She's just like, sir!
Arriving at docking bay D24.
Oh, we're gonna wait for that one.
I'd like to request a transfer to a zone with Reaper, Sergeant.
And may I ask why you think your deployment deserves special treatment, Private?
I think I'll do better against the Reapers than Cerberus, ma'am.
And what combat experience against Reapers are you basing this on?
None, ma'am.
Outstanding.
Knowles, I found another spot where the Batarian codes were used.
Looks like they were tampering with emergency food requests at the refugee center.
Trying to get more food for themselves.
Get more Tapari.
Okay. This code's offline now as well. Should just be one left, Commander.
Just one left. Okay.
I recovered Prothean data drives from Garvug. I'll have them brought here.
Commander Shepard, thank you. I'm sure that'll help with, any operation we have going.
That was a hell of a long phone call, my dude. Can't believe that guy's still on the phone. All right, chat, if you've never seen Mass Effect before, very cool moment coming up that I just want you to just very, very cool moment. It's if you're like doing something else and not paying attention and you've been invested in this, I recommend that you watch.
Just let me know when you're ready to take a break. Shepard, glad you came.
What'd you have in mind?
Something that doesn't involve fighting Reapers.
I don't think they've conquered the bar yet.
I already scoped it out. But then I thought, if this was my last day alive, I'd actually like to remember it.
So?
So, I had an idea.
Where are we going?
Somewhere we're not supposed to.
Some things never change, do they?
Ever have that one thing you always wanted to do before you died, Shepard?
Too busy trying to live. What's yours?
The whole time I worked at CSEC, I'd stare up at the top of the Presidium and say to myself, I want to go up there. But I never did. There were 137 regulations telling me I couldn't.
So you got them changed?
No. Now I just don't give a damn. Figured it's time to do something stupid just for the hell of it. Might be the last chance we ever get. A little busier than I imagined.
How about a dive in the pool?
You obviously haven't seen Turians swim. It's a lot of flailing and splashing, interrupted by occasional bouts of drowning.
You're right. I just have to save your ass again.
It'd make up for all the times I pulled your ass out of the fire. Novaria, Pharos, Ilos. We've had a hell of a ride, haven't we, Shepard?
Oh, man. Okay. This is so cool, right? Like, we're just reflecting. We're just being present in the moment. We've got each other right now. I know we got a lot of shit we're up against. But here we are, you and me. We're alive. Let's take the moment in. And now I have a choice here, which is I could go vulnerable, and I could say you're a good friend, Garrus. Meant a lot to me to have you around, or I could razz him a little bit, and it shows on your face. I think under normal circumstances, I would say, and it shows on your face, but this has a little extra meaning to it, and you can feel it. Like, Garrus has a little bit more of a subdued tone. He's clearly being reflective while simultaneously, like, you know, trying to make the most of the moment. So, while I appreciate the joke, under normal circumstances I would make it, in this one, I'm going to go with you're a good friend, Garrus. Because I want to just be present in the moment and make sure that we say what needs to be said, instead of deflecting the vulnerability with humor. Because a lot of us have a tendency to do that. Let's get into the vulnerability.
Times like these, you know who your real friends are. They're not the ones running around looking for an escape route. They're the ones who stand at your side through the worst of it. Who never give up on you. I'm lucky I can say I know someone like that.
So am I. You're not going to propose marriage now, are you? Now, before we head back, there is one thing we're going to settle. Once and for all. I'm not saying you don't know how to handle a gun, just saying some of us know how to make it dance. So, let's find out who's really the best shot.
There are a few people in the galaxy who've seen me in action, Garrus. They seemed impressed.
Yeah, but I've actually seen you dance, Shepard. No comment.
All right, Vicarian. You're going down.
And don't worry, I loaded it with practice slugs for when you miss. That was an easy one. Let you build up your confidence. Long range, I wrote the book. Nobody alive can do this, not even Commander Shepard. Give me a tough one. I said a tough one.
Step aside.
Do it.
Nobody alive, maybe. But technically, I died.
Yeah, well, next time we'll throw in a herd of rampaging cliques, and that's how you separate the rookies from the pros.
I'm not missing the shot on purpose. Garrus wouldn't respect that. You kidding me? I'm hitting that shot, baby. Love that. I love that scene. That's maybe one of my favorite scenes in all of Mass Effect, just because I love the presence of that moment.
Good morning.
And it's just cool. It's like it's just two friends that are present in the moment. They know what we're up against. We can still acknowledge what we're up against and still just kind of admire that we have a second.
Thank you again, Commander. I appreciate the assist.
Also, how dangerous is that? We're firing sniper rifles into traffic. But hey, whatever.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination. 1 moment, please.
Penguin, thank you for the follow.
Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
What's up, Javik? Okay, now before we talk to Javik, I really want to set the stage with context on our conversation with Javik here. Javik, back in the Prothean days, the Protheans basically were like the apex organic species. They wiped everything out. They believed that like it's Prothean or bust. And this idea that we have unified species and stuff, they're going to see as weakness. Now, he has been in cryosleep for over 50,000 years. So this has got to be just mind-blowing for him to see. Like, this would be us if we saw, like, salamanders and scorpions with the same level of, like, technological advancements that humans have. That's what he's bearing witness to right now. He's like, holy shit. So here he is on the Citadel, something that existed when he was around. And he's trying to take it all in using expectations and schemas that he developed as a Prothean 50,000 years ago. So if some of what he says is maybe a little bit archaic, a little bit simplistic, I'm not going to go ham on challenging it right now. I'm going to give him a little bit of time to process the change. 50,000 years!
Hell of a view, isn't it?
During our war, this place became a myth to my people. A dream glimpsed only in the memory shards. The Citadel was both the heart of our civilization and its demise.
The Reapers hit here first, didn't they?
No one I knew had ever seen the Citadel. To be here now, I don't know what to think.
It might not seem like much, but a Prothean is standing on the Citadel, alive. That's a victory in itself.
Perhaps. When things were at their darkest, we used to tell stories, imagining the wonders of this place. The seat of our empire, the power to sway worlds. The galaxy belonged to us.
Nowadays, a lot of races have embassies here.
It's true then. You share power with the rest?
It's not perfect, but it's kept the peace. Most of the time.
Pardon me. This one has been listening. This one suspects you are a Prothean.
Ehana, I remember your kind when you were still minnows in the ocean.
This one is unworthy. This one has seen the face of an enkindler.
They consider your kind to be their gods.
A pity we did not teach them to speak better.
You're really a Prothean?
I am.
But if you lost the last war, what hope do we have?
For many, there may be no hope. The Reapers killed trillions in my cycle. The odds of being among the living are remote.
I don't think that's gonna work.
but you are still alive now. That alone is a miracle. And you still have the power to fight. My people knew your kind when you were young. Turian, Asari, Hana. There was potential in all of you. Now you must seize that potential and become the weapon you are meant to be. The weapon that tells the Reapers we are not machines. We are alive, and we will fight back.
Thank you. That meant a lot. Commander Shepard, it must be an honor to have a Prothean fighting alongside you.
He's kind of scary, actually. I appreciate Javik's desire to be realistic in that moment. He just needed a little bit of some fine-tuning, okay? Like, you know, Javik is not going to be able to read the room. That is a ridiculous expectation to have, that Javik is going to be able to understand. Javik literally just met sentient species for the first time in his entire existence because he was in cryosleep for 50,000 years. To ask him to know how to read the room with an Asari and a Hanar and a Turian looking at him, asking what their odds are, is insane. He is going to say what he knows, which is the reality of what happened in his lifetime. So he needs a little bit of a boost from me. Like, hey, man, like that, I get it, but no, I understand where you're coming from, bud. But these people need something else. Okay, so we could be a bro there and help them out. I also, yeah, I agree, Harlot. It blows my mind that people aren't freaking out that there's a Prothean on the Citadel right now. Like, if I like, wait a minute, what? I thought you guys are gone. How are you alive? Are there more of you? There would be so many questions. I think he would be like instant S-tier celebrity. He's kind of scary. He's a good guy.
He's starting to learn his way around. Javik is one of the best soldiers I've ever seen.
The commander is a capable warrior as well, for a human who once lived in caves. Thank you, Commander. I've enjoyed my time here, walking among the young. I will see you back on the Normandy.
A joint Turian-Krogan force has landed on a road in an attempt to reach...
It's just, I mean, mind-blowing all the way around for Javik and for people seeing Javik. Like, I wish we could have given him a heads up. Be like, yo, dude, you realize that people are going to freak out when they see you, right? Exactly, Phoenix, right? Or if we found a living Neanderthal, absolutely. A good soldier for a dirty primitive. Yeah.
Your daughter's paperwork has been processed.
What? You said it was impossible. How did you pull it off?
Well, I talked to a few friends, called in a few favors, maybe even stayed up a few nights. I wasn't sure I could pull it off, but everything's in order, and your daughter leaves for Thessia tomorrow. A caretaker will travel with her to ensure she reaches her relatives back on the homeworld.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Why don't you go spend the time you have left with her? I'll take care of the rest.
Well done. Look at that, coming through in the clutch. See if we got anything in the old Spectre terminal. Anyway, thanks for chilling, friends. I know it's getting late. I really appreciate y'all hanging out. It means a lot to me that you watch these. Bolus Ambassador Din Korlak's current location is unknown. Biometric analysis does not detect him in any public location at this time. His last known position was an office suite near the human embassy.
Good to see you're all right, Shepard.
Miranda, what's going on?
Couldn't meet in person. The Citadel is too dangerous right now. I heard about the attempted coup.
Yeah. With Kai Lang's help, Udina nearly seized control.
Kai Lang? That slippery bastard's still alive?
He's alive, and right in the middle of all this.
That complicates things. I'll be on my guard. Look, I don't have much time, but I learned what happened to my sister.
Hey, yourself. Where is she?
I don't know that yet, but my father was definitely responsible. If he's done anything to her, I'll kill him.
Miranda.
Shepard, listen. I'm being hunted by Cerberus assassins. A lot of them. I need to stay out of sight.
What? Why?
I heard a rumor, maybe more, that my father is working on something for the Elusive Man. Something big.
Why would your father be working with the Elusive Man? Especially now.
My father is ruthless about preserving his legacy.
Legacy?
He has an obsession with making his mark in history, ensuring his dynasty lasts forever.
And you think the Elusive Man made him an offer?
Exactly.
Whatever's going on with your father can't be good. We have to figure this out.
I agree, but I need to do this myself. It's time I stopped running from him.
You're sure?
Yes. I can't think straight until I know Ori is safe.
Be careful.
I can't promise that, Shepard. Could you?
No. I couldn't.
Okay. She's got intrusive thoughts about her sister. She's taking control. Who am I to stop her? Penguin, thank you so much for the kind words. I really appreciate that. Heating stabilizers. There we go. A Turian general was injured while defending civilians during the Cerberus attack on Citadel. He's now at Huerta Memorial Hospital, but his injury has been complicated by use of a toxin developed specifically for Turian physiology. A former Alliance researcher is willing to sell data on a similar toxin, which was developed in case of a war with Palaven. To avoid diplomatic embarrassment, any information obtained in this manner should be treated as if discovered at a Cerberus facility. Heating stabilizers. The Solarian colony of Senequal is experiencing a power shortage that threatens the egg incubators. The colony will be forced to evacuate unless improved heating stabilizers can be found. The loss of a colony could amplify the difficulty of gaining Solarian support for the war effort, and our heating stabilizer technology can be purchased for a nominal fee. Let's make it happen. Good shit. What's up, Dudas Priest? Good to see you. All right, let's find Din. Let's talk to Bailey really quick. Got anything?
Hey, Shepard. I have to admit, the place feels safer with you here. Everyone's walking around in a daze. Or in my case, limping. And I wonder if we'll ever be the same. These are dark days for all of us.
All that time you were working for Adina, did you ever suspect?
Always rubbed me a little wrong.
I already did these. Already did those. Hey, it happens, dudist. I've been there. I've been there. Alright, let's go to the refugee area. Wait, embassy guard. Knew I was forgetting something. Come here, Din. Doot. Let me in. I'm not bad at directions. You're bad at directions. Shut up. I didn't go to school for directioneering.
Heavy losses are mounting as human colonies Elysium, Tiptree, and Sue's Harbor.
Was the Volus ambassador here earlier?
Yes, he was, Commander.
I need in. Spectre business.
I'll unlock the office when you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
You've never been this uncooperative with us before, Ambassador.
That's because you were actually doing some good in the galaxy before.
Has that changed? How many colonies would be gone if we hadn't taken action against the Collectors?
Too many. But fighting the Alliance
must continue in order to end the war.
We understand it took a lot for you to reach out to Cerberus, Ambassador Korlak. We ask that you trust us a little longer.
Oh boy.
You people are monsters.
Ambassador, please.
Hundreds dead. Udina betraying the Council. I should have cut ties with you ages ago.
And what will that accomplish now? The risks you took by passing information to Cerberus, it's left you in an interesting position. If you sever contact, we can't protect you from the consequences.
I have no time for this.
We'll speak again. Have a good day, Ambassador Korlak.
The Turians think I'm still working for Cerberus. They've put a price on my head. I can't go to C-Sec, but Cerberus has plans. An entire Turian colony rests on my life. If anyone finds this, I hid a tracking receiver in the office suite beside the human embassies. What are you...
Damn, Cerberus has them everywhere nowadays.
You're gonna go on about them all night.
Just get the car up here quick. Little bastard's even heavier than he looks.
Zaid?
What?
Business now. Pleasure later.
Rico, thank you for the 9 months.
How long till we killed Korlak?
Once the credits go through. Was beginning to think you weren't interested in the money.
I'm not. Because Korlak worked for Cerberus? What'd they do to you? None of your goddamn business. He waking up?
This is Commander Shepard. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Tell me where you are.
We're still near the Presidium. C-Sec will check Selkish arms when they realize I'm missing.
They won't give a damn when they realize you sold them out to Cerberus.
Wait. Cerberus is planning to attack a colony that...
Stay calm. Help's coming.
Now arriving at...
Zaid used to work for Cerberus.
Why go after your old employer, Zaid?
Now you know my name, all of a sudden.
Good question.
Uh-oh.
Alliance forces struck back at Cerberus with a daring attack that disabled a Cerberus fighter base on Novaria.
Damn, wrong door. He needs you alive to stop Cerberus.
Cerberus is after a Turian colony. Kill me, and they get it.
Drop my name.
Shepard's investigating. He's a recent acquaintance.
How recent?
Very.
Shit. All right, I'm listening.
Been a while, Zaid.
Shepard. Glad I wasn't just making an ass of myself over a hunch. Undisciplined bastards. This is what I get for signing up at the last minute.
Where's Korlak?
I'm here, Commander. You saved my life. I almost died because the Turians thought I was still with Cerberus.
Did those mercs hurt you?
I'm fine. They wanted me alive until the fees were delivered for my capture. They didn't care about what I had to say.
You kept mentioning a colony in your message.
Information on a Turian planet's defense system. They'll strike soon. But if I tell you which planet they're attacking, Cerberus will know I turned traitor.
Turn? You already betrayed your own people.
We saved your life. Tell us what planet you put in danger.
I can offer a bargain. The Volus bombing fleet. In tactical terms, it's worth far more than a colony.
Or you could give us both.
You can warn the Turians there'll be an attack, Commander. That should be general enough to ward off suspicion.
Now, as annoying as this is, this makes sense. The Volus are pretty much worthless as it relates to combat, aggression, strength, any of that stuff. What the Volus are good at is brokering deals. And so the Volus, in this moment of stress, is going to what he knows, which is, let's make a deal. Let's broker. And that's not gonna work right now because we've got like physical strength and the universe is in trouble. So he's got no leverage here. Where normally maybe he would have leverage. He's got me and Zaid looking at him like, no. We're not doing this right now, buddy. This might have worked when we weren't at war, but we just saved your ass, so you're gonna help us out.
You tried to do the right thing before. It failed because you trusted the wrong people. Now here's your chance to make up for it. You're giving us Volus support, and you're going to help us make Cerberus pay for using you.
I can't.
You can.
Waste of everyone's time trying to appeal to a Volus's better nature, Shepard.
Aphis. The colony's name is Aphis. Cerberus wants its shipyards.
And the bombing fleet?
Yes, it's yours, Commander. I'll speak with Citadel security about this incident. You have my thanks.
Took him long enough to spit that out.
Zaid, what are you doing here?
Later, C6 on their way. Won't be too pleased with the mess we left them. Catch up with me at the docks if you like.
That's kind of nice. We got a bombing fleet out of the affair. I'll take it. This door's still spinning. All right, let's see what else we got going on down here. Go talk to Barla. Actually, no, Barla will be who we talked to last. Caden, what's up, buddy?
Surprised this place
Hi,
can
madame.
still get supplies for a menu like this.
Maybe it's better if we don't ask how. Or where.
I'm glad we're taking the time to do this. I could use a sanity check.
Things have been pretty crazy.
You know, my life flashed in front of my eyes on Mars. And there weren't enough moments like this with people I care about.
Now we're getting to the heart of it.
How are you feeling these days?
Feeling up to whatever the Reapers throw at me. And grateful that I convinced you to sit down for half a second and relax.
Yeah. I think it's a good time for us to have a heart-to-heart. What are you drinking?
If you're trying to butter me up, it might take a nice steak sandwich, too.
So?
Shot of whiskey and a good old Canadian lager. Think they have it?
More likely to have Batarian shard wine.
At my parents' place in Vancouver, drank more than a few beers on their balcony, looking over English Bay. Yeah. Beautiful view. You know what, though? I feel good about our chances.
Yeah?
Yeah. Lets me sleep better at night.
You not sleeping, Caden?
Maybe a little restless. It's just, you plan a career, you focus, and then suddenly the world's ending and it's too late to find someone.
Someone?
We've been friends a long time, Shepard. Have you ever known me to be with anyone? I mean, I guess I'm just choosy or patient or... I don't know. maybe what I've never found, and what I want, is something deeper with someone that I already care about. That's what I want. What do you want?
I appreciate the come on. I appreciate it. I can understand if you're into me. That's cool. No judgment here. He is hitting on me, yeah. He feels a sense of intimacy with me. He knows me well. He's desiring a relationship. He trusts me. We've been vulnerable. This is the kind of moment that you take on softly. Acknowledge the absolute vulnerability of this. In present times, this is potentially dangerous for Caden to do. For one, he's asking for fraternization. I can never say that word. This is vulnerable. So I'm not going to be a dick about it. I'm not going to get all, how dare you? He has no reason to believe that I might not be interested. I've never said no. I've never really disclosed my sexual orientation to him. I'm just not into dudes. So let's keep it friendly, man. You know, if I was into guys, yeah, maybe I'd consider it, but I can't get there.
I'm sorry, Caden, but we should just keep it professional.
Sure thing, no problem. I understand. But, okay, look. I just want you to know that I consider you a friend. Okay? A good one. Damn, this is way less awkward in my mind. Mostly, I guess I just wanted you to know that I admire you as a commander, and I value your friendship.
Ditto, man.
You're my brother, Caden.
I'm glad to be part of the crew.
Ooh.
What'd you call it? Sanity check?
Sanity check.
Man, I hit him with the, I love, you're a brother to me. I could be a little better, but I appreciate the vulnerability of that. But yeah, the I love you like a brother could be this, oh man. I could have been better. I can't emphasize enough I love it. He's willing to ask that. That's not an easy thing to do.
Of course.
Weshra, I have an audio log for you.
For me? Where did this come? Oh no. Oh, Tasha. Thank you for bringing this back. At least I know what happened.
You're welcome.
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop.
What else we got up here? Liara?
You sure you don't want to do something a little more exciting?
I love this part of the Presidium. It reminds me of where I grew up.
Where's that?
Armali, back on Thessia. My mother and I lived beside a park. I spent hours there.
Doing what?
Reading, exploring, getting in trouble digging for ruins in the grass.
You're kidding.
I was very young.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing kids do. It's not dumb when it's a kid doing it. Like, when people say that kids do dumb things, that puts adult sensibilities on what children do. Kids do things that are developmentally appropriate and more often than not make sense. This is me being a little bit of an annoying, development person, but, really that's what it comes down to here. It's not about kids being dumb. It's about them exploring their world. They have no pretext for understanding the things that are going on. They're learning. They're engaging with the environment. They're learning what things boundaries are, what they do, what they feel like, what they are, what they smell like. They use their imaginations. It's all normal. It's part of development. So when people say things like kids do dumb things, yeah, it's dumb if they're adults, perhaps. But if you get too far into that, you start treating kids like they're dumb, and that's a weird thing to do. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cute.
No one else thought it was funny. Oh, the lecture my mother gave me. But she did buy me my first history book the next day. I miss her, Shepard.
Well, that's actually really cool that Mom had some insight into that to say, huh, my daughter seems to be interested in history and digging things up. Let's get her some literature that she can read about it and help her engage with it. Man, parents that pay attention to that and observe their children and see those things and see those little inklings of things they're fascinated about and then supplement it with stuff like a book or, you know, taking them to a show or something like that. Those are huge A+ parenting moments. So I love that Liara's mom did this. And so she's obviously alluding to the fact that she'd maybe like to talk about her. She was obviously an important influence. This is one of those moments like last night when I told you guys, sometimes instead of asking a question like, would you like to talk about her? Just say, tell me more about her.
What was she like?
She was confident and kind. She loved to wear yellow. I thought she was the most beautiful woman in the world.
You'll be okay, Liara.
Maybe you're right. Thank you, Shepard. I feel better. I wish we could spend more time together like this. Just friends.
Me too. I'd like that a lot.
And it'd be nice. And who knows? Maybe you'll settle down after this.
You don't really see me going into civilian life, do you?
No. But I guess that's one more reason we should keep in touch.
Someone to share a few secrets with now and then?
You got it.
My cadence owned her. All right, well, no, I was me doing the come on.
Hello, Shepard.
Hey, I'm a powerful dude who's accomplished a lot. I can see why I'm attractive. I can see why people want me. Nothing wrong with that. This place is all blown apart.
I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Maybe these heating stabilizer schematics could help?
This is amazing. The colonists, my sister, will be most pleased. Thank you. I am in your debt.
You're welcome, buddy. Can I help you, sir? Jeez, people running up on me like crazy tonight.
Found another one. Yeah, the guys in Zakara did too. Disarmed their sailor.
Let's go talk to Barla. Who did Shep have feelings for in Mass Effect 2? Arya T'Loak. I like Arya. We had a little flirty moment with Tali, but I'm an Arya man.
Thank you, EarthClan. My people are still afraid, but they are remembering who they are.
Welcome to Elkos Combine Arsenal Supplies.
Please visit any of our Elkos Combine affiliate branches for any and all personal needs.
All right, now we got to go to the
Spectre status
docks.
recognized. 1 moment, please.
She's pretty great. Your boy gets a little flustered every time he's around her.
24. Emergency civilian housing.
Oh shit, he came down here.
Are you okay?
I've just been standing here, holding this for I don't know how long. It'll always be a part of me.
Your past is yours. No one can take that away.
I love you, but I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve.
Goodbye, Robert. You give me strength. Thank you.
That's big time. It's big time. The awkward pat's a little weird. Just hug him, dude. Just hug him. Jesus. It's a weird decision to to do the awkward pat. But I wanted to initiate physical contact. I hate that Shepard pats him there. It's so stupid. Just hug him. Jesus. All right, but the point that I really want to make, I discussed this a little bit last night. This is a big moment. Like, him putting that up is a recognition. Him saying goodbye, Robert, is an acknowledgement as well. Like, I need to move on. Not move on in the form of, like, I'm going to forget about you, but, like, as Robert said to him, don't make me an anchor. Means don't make me the constraint to you living your life after I'm gone. And this, I think, is a big moment where basically it's like in Titanic when Rose lets go of Jack. It's the same kind of thing. He's not going to forget about Robert at all. But he's also no longer going to let his experience of Robert and the way that he's holding on to him preclude him from living his life in the way that might be meaningful for him. And in some ways, he's sort of, respecting what his husband would want for him by doing that. And what explicitly he stated he wants for him.
I just need a few moments to myself.
I like how there's an Omega stripper poster up there. Like, we got all these people that are missing this memorial wall. Stripper. Also, if you need to forget about this, come on over to Omega and get yourself a lap dance. It'll make all the grief go away. Yeah, I saw that too, Floaty.
Welcome to Batarian State Arms. Your purchases are a credit to the hegemony.
James. What's up, brother?
James?
Commander, what brings you down here?
I was about to ask you that.
Well, after our little chat, I made up my mind. I'm gonna join the N7 program.
And you're celebrating by getting a tattoo?
Sort of. See, there's no official channels to go through right now. So, I guess this is my way of making it official. Technically, I'm just an N7 recruit, but, I figure with you as my training officer, how could I fail? Right?
That's very presumptive of you, sir.
I'm flattered, but I wouldn't exactly say I'm training you.
Not officially, but what the hell is in this goddamn war? I'm just saying, whether you like it or not, you're my direct superior, and you're N7. So I take my lead from you, and I'll take whatever advice you got.
All right.
Really?
Sure. The good advice.
Welcome in, my man.
Well, they wouldn't ask you if they didn't think you could handle it.
Here's hoping.
But the real work starts now.
Uh-huh. I know it seems like I don't take things seriously, but when I commit to something, I fully commit.
Clearly.
Hey, I won't let you down.
The only person you need to prove yourself to is the one standing in the mirror every morning.
Good point.
That's gonna sting for a few days. You gonna be ready for duty?
Well, I'm not looking forward to slapping my armor back on, but I'm always ready.
Glad to hear it.
Careful.
I like how he's getting it from a Batarian. What's up, Zaid?
What the hell are you looking at? Nothing.
Oh, I thought he was saying that to me.
Wondered if you'd show up, Shepard. Figured you'd be too busy recruiting goddamn armies for this war you're in charge of.
I could always use more help.
I'll bet. I've seen footage of what happened on Earth. Tell you what, I'll see if some old contacts of mine are still around. Can't promise you anything, but if enough of them are still breathing, I can lend a hand.
Who were those people you were with?
Bunch of mercs from Omega. Signed on with them when I heard they were making a hit on Cerberus. Should have studied the job longer.
Who were those people you were with?
Bunch of mercs from Omega. Signed on with them when I heard they... Thank you, human.
I got something else I need to do. Yeah.
I recognize you. You're Commander Shepard.
And you must be Tactus. Heard the refugees consider you their leader.
Yes, someone needs to sort out this mess.
I like his face paint.
CSEC has tightened access to the Citadel, and we've got desperate people down here with no place to go.
I also hear you need basic medical supplies. Dr. Shakwa spoke of a mutually beneficial trade.
I tried to be clear. In my experience, the Alliance looks out for their own. Trust is a hard thing to come by these days. I know you need our military supplies, but they're worth far more than your basic meds. Her offer wasn't satisfactory.
Help me out, buddy.
Your people need our supplies, and my people need every edge we can get. Your combat-grade meds will make a difference, and our mission may just save everyone. Now is not the time for pettiness or mistrust.
With our day-to-day worries, it's easy to forget we are all in this together. I'll have my people contact yours. You'll have your supplies as soon as possible.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Look at me, wheeling and dealing, baby. As we do. Alright, we're good.
Knowles, this is where the last access code was used.
What's that, Commander? I'm losing your signal.
Shepard.
Balak.
You should have killed me on that asteroid over Terra Nova. I've been waiting for this. Everything that has happened to my people is your fault.
Ooh.
All I did was stop you at Terra Nova.
Yes. After you ruined my plans, my government accelerated research efforts on the Leviathan of Dis. Have you heard of it, Commander? The ancient organic dreadnought my people recovered from Jartar 20 years ago? Sound familiar?
A Reaper. Your people were studying a Reaper corpse.
Yes. Looking for a way to reclaim our place as the true power of the galaxy. Hundreds of our best scientists were enlisted.
And then they became indoctrinated.
When the Reapers reached Karshan, our own people betrayed us. Defense grids were deactivated. Ships fired on Allied targets. We were destroyed from within because of you.
I didn't destroy your people, Balak. The Reapers did that.
We were a proud race. A beautiful race. Have you seen what the Reapers have done to us? I'm trapped on this Citadel. Our warships only know the locations of Reaper forces because I've tapped Council transmissions. I am the highest-ranking military officer left in the hegemony, and I can't save my people. But I can end you.
You're not gonna pull that trigger. You know what I'm doing out here.
Yes, forging alliances with the Turians, the Krogan. Killing you will tear all the other races apart.
And then the Reapers wipe out the last of your warships. The last of your people. And you know that. That's why you'll join us. We're all you have left.
I could kill you.
You could have done it 5 minutes ago.
Our ships are yours.
Shepard, are you all right?
Fine. You won't have any more trouble with those codes.
Is that... Do you want me to arrest him?
I want you to put a bullet in his head. But we're all making some sacrifices today. Let him go. Spectre Authority.
Understood, Commander. And thanks.
Where were you when he had his gun in my back? Jesus Christ. Whatever, it's fine. We have a Batarian fleet. I'm not gonna bitch too much. All right, so let's go back up to the hospital real quick. How much Citadel traveling, man?
One moment, please. Now arrive.
Everyone knows how well Batarians and humans get along. Yeah, that's all it is. I got that poison, so I gotta remember where. There it is.
I overheard what you said. I found this at a Cerberus station. A poison tailored to Turians.
Let me see. Yes, I think this is it. With these schematics, we should be able to come up with an antidote. Thank you. The General might pull through because of this.
You're welcome.
Hey yourself, pretty lady.
Thanks for the follow, Z. Recover the text from the Nimbus cluster and deliver it to Purgatory. Oh, Purgatory is where I haven't gone. I knew I was forgetting something. Good night, Taco. All right, let's go to Purgatory. Are we almost at... Oh, man, we're almost at 1:30. All right, let's go to Purgatory. Let's deliver this stuff.
Spectre status. One moment.
And we'll get out of here.
Now arriving at ward level Purgatory.
Will your new heavy armor keep you safe? I've watched reports on some of the things you fight.
Well, won't stop.
I've recovered some tech from a library in Reaper-controlled space. I can have them waiting for you at Bay D-24 if that would help.
Really? Well, damn. Couldn't hurt. Thank you.
You're welcome. Where's Joker and Edie? Hey!
Hey, Commander. I was just about to get us another round.
So, looks like you two are having fun.
Yes. Joker has been smiling and laughing at a significantly higher rate since he and I agreed upon a relationship. I mean, he is happier.
It seemed like you two might make a good match.
I was not so certain. When I first presented this body to Jeff, he seemed aloof.
Really? What did Joker say?
He said I didn't have to conform to some feminine ideal in order to impress him. I then called him on his bullshit, and we then proceeded to talk normally. After your encouragement, his attitude exhibited signs of change. He said he was reluctant, but you convinced him to go for it.
I might have helped a little.
I see. Thank you for your support, Shepard. This is proving to be an illuminating experience.
Cool.
The banner of the first regiment. That should put some steel in their spine.
Alrighty. And
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please.
oh, I guess I could have just used that transport to go back to Normandy, but whatever.
Now arriving at docking bay D-24.
Sergeant, I have a little brother.
Docking Bay D-24.
Thank you again, Commander.
Yep, you're welcome, buddy.
Assist.
Okay. Dr. Chakwas would like to speak to me. Well, we'll deal with that next time.